Okay, so thank you for being available and for this webinar on our DBA on sustainable innovation management in partnership between ICN and Business Science Institute. Participate to this webinar. Maybe you can introduce yourself first, Elizabeth, please.
I'm Elizabeth Pollet, I'm Professor of Finance, and I'm actually caring about this program to make it work as perfect as possible.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Wolfram?
Yeah, my name is Wolfram Berger. I'm the Associate Dean Faculty Research at ICN Business School, so I'm responsible for faculty management research, and part of the research remit is the responsibility for the research degrees, among them the DBA.
Thank you. My name is Michel Gallica. I'm Emeritus Professor and I'm President of the Business Science Institute. First of all, some technical issue. Your microphone are off, but as you know, and you use it already, you can ask questions through Q&A, and you can also use the chat. We will see if you have any question. Okay. The agenda of this webinar that will last a maximum 45 minutes will be the following. First of all, I will introduce Business Science Institute. Then my colleague from ECN will present ECN and the program, and we will, of course, answer to your question. The Business Science Institute, in a few words. Initially, we created 10 years ago this network organization to answer the demand of manager holding an MBA and wanted to go ahead and to prepare a thesis and to publish a book. So it was the initial idea of our program. Today, our executive DBA program is organized face-to-face, organized online, in English, French, German, in different countries. And today, in June 2022, we have more than 220 students coming from 45 countries. We had more than 100 graduate defenses, and we are very proud about that, because the main issue in a DBA program is not to register at the beginning, it's to present the thesis at the end. We have a lot of faculty members, of course, 72 are very active. They come from 12 countries. And we organize, as I said before, face-to-face, and we teach in English, in French, and in German. And we have a support team dedicated to our program of 10 people working remotely in different countries. We have also, I have to mention it, a partnership since a long time with the university, a public university of Lyon, who deliver to our students the same DBA that we deliver in our program. An important issue is to mention that our DBA program is AMBA-accredited since December 2020. And thanks to AMBA, we will publish this month a book, The Doctor of Business Administration, Taking Your Professional Practice to the Next Level. It's an initiative from Business Science Institute, and we coordinate this book to demonstrate that the DBA is really a program for a manager involved in managerial practices since a long time. We focus on managerial impact because we consider that it is the main difference between a DBA program and a traditional PhD. And every year we deliver a managerial impact prize to one of our students, which thesis had a great impact on managerial practices. An important issue in Business Science Institute is that we focus on the publication of books, and we have published since a few years nearly 40 books. We published this book. So this has been written at the beginning by our faculty member. And you have here some example of these books, how to successfully complete your DBA, the DBA thesis project, research method in the DBA, how to analyze the data. And we have also a book written by alumni, doctor advising, doctoral students. It is the advice of our doctor to the young students. So a very useful book. And we have also books from our doctor because after the defense, they can publish in our collection a book of 100 or 150 pages. All the books are available online on the website of the publisher. And now, Wolfram, you can introduce ICN, please.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. I'm going to divvy up the task a little bit. So I'm going to introduce ICN as a business school and sort of the strength that we can bring to the program. And Elizabeth later on will say a few words on the program, a few words on the faculty as well, the faculty who are involved in teaching the program. So what we are offering together with Michelle's Institute is a new DBA, an online DBA in sustainable innovation management. We, as a ICN Business School, we are a French Grand École, so you're close to the Alps. For you, it means we are a French Grand École, but an international business school. We very much consider ourselves an international business school. We have campuses in Nancy, in Paris, and in Berlin. So we consider ourselves a pan-European business school. We are triple accredited. What does it mean, triple accredited? There are 3 major international accreditations, quality badges for business schools. We have all 3 of them, EQUIS, ACSB, and AMBA. About 1% of the business schools in the world are triple accredited, and we belong to these 1%. And we are ranked in the FT, the Financial Times. So I think this indicates that we are one of the leading European business schools, and we are teaming up with one of the leading European institutes for DBA education. We have about 3,000 students, 80 core faculty, a lot of adjunct faculty, so professionals who come in from management practice to help us educate our students, teach our students. And we have close to 18,000 graduates who work in Europe, who work in France, who work in Germany, who work abroad all over the world. I think what I would like to stress, and this is also the flavor we will bring to the DBA program, is part of the mission. Part of the mission is copied in here on the slides. I won't read it out. I will just try to focus your attention on 3, I believe, very distinctive points. If you could, Michelle, if you could go back. Thank you. We aspire to provide innovative and transdisciplinary education to stimulate creativity. Innovative and transdisciplinary education, these are the keywords. We also aspire to train our students to become responsible professionals. The DBA is sustainability focused, so we want our students to integrate sustainability, corporate social responsibility in their business strategies. And we educate our students to be operational and to business leader in the global business environment. And if you look at the logo, right, ICN, Creative Business School, all this is encapsulated in the word creative. It's not a typo. We really mean creative, not creative. Creative has 3 dimensions. Creative, obviously, because creativity and the capacity to innovate are, in my view, the most important skill and competency business leaders of today should possess. Creative also contains active. You need to be active. You need to be even proactive and adapt to changes, ideally before they occur. And creative also contains reactive, because you need to react. You need to adapt to changes in the business environment. This is what this is our kind of trademark, and this is also what we teach our DBA students, this idea of creativity. Okay, if we could go to the next slide. A few arguments why this DBA program stands out. What we want to do, as I said, we want to focus on creativity and responsibility, management responsibility. So we want our students to transform managerial practice, integrate sustainability, corporate social responsibility in your daily management practice. Michelle already said at the beginning, it's a research degree, but an applied research degree. What we want to do, if you join us in the DBA program, you will be able to apply directly what you learn for direct impact. We will help you directly improve your management practice. There's a focus on creativity, creative thinking. We do this with what we call the art technology management approach. So it's an idea of transdisciplinarity. We bring together different schools of thought, different perspectives. They might maybe from art, they may be from technology. We don't want you to become an artist. We don't want you to become an engineer, but we want to widen perspective. This is the idea. We want to show a different perspective and widen the horizon. We want to encourage you to seek solutions where you never thought they could be. Online delivery, I think this is very good. You can combine your career with your studies at this, in the DBA program, and it's a very individualized program. So you get individualized mentoring. You're not alone on your DBA thesis. In the end, it's individual work, but there's very regular mentoring, very regular guidance, and you will be constantly in contact with your faculty member, with the professor who supervises you. Okay, quick word maybe on the setup of the program. 3 stages. These stages do not necessarily correspond to years. These are really logical stages in the program. The first one, and Michelle, I think, will say a few words later on stage 1, is course-based. So online courses will be delivered on research methodology. We want you to be able to get deeper insights into management practice. For that, you need a certain toolkit, a certain methodology that you can also obviously then apply to your daily life, to your daily professional life. And of course, we will acquaint you with sustainable innovation management from different perspectives. And Elizabeth will say a word on this a bit later. Stage 2 is then really sort of another core stage in your DBA journey. It's your thesis research, the writing up, the analysis that will then end up in your DBA thesis, again, under the close guidance, mentoring, and supervision of an experienced faculty member. And lastly, then stage 3 is the mock defense, sort of a test defense, a pre-defense, and the public defense, after which you can call yourself executive DBA in sustainable innovation management. Okay, Elizabeth, I'll let you introduce some of the faculty members.
Okay, as regard the faculty members, you have faculty members that come from our partner, and we have also faculty members who are in ICN Business School. Olivier Berthold, Rebecca Steckelroom, Kamel, Philippe Kitchen, Nicolas Reneri. How choose these faculty members? First of all, they are all experts in sustainability. This is the first point. The second point is that they are all international professors. You have French professor like Rebecca, but you have also Olivier, who is German, Philippe, who is from Great Britain, sorry. Nicolas is also French, and Kamel is Tunisian. So they are all international. And they are international from their nationality, but also by the way they want to teach the students. They get accustomed to these foreigners, students, and they want to, to communicate with the student, to exchange on different theoretical and managerial practice, okay? Yeah. The second point on which I select this professor is because they are very motivated to this program. And they are interested in research, of course, but also of this new audience, which has a more practical experience and are willing to integrate in their everyday managerial practice theoretical aspect to reach a point to have a concrete research done on that topic. So this is the way I select all these professors. We can go to the next slide.
Thank you, Elizabeth. You have also a professor from Business Science Institute. Some of them come from Switzerland, some from Germany, some from France also. And you know, here you have on this slide only an example of our faculty, because our faculty is larger than that. And of course, all our professors, they hold PhD and they can supervise DBA thesis. The program is organized in mainly 3 steps. The first step, we can say the first months, it's organized around 5 modules. The first module is managing the executive DBA thesis. And then you have 2 modules, more thematic, and Elizabeth will present them. And then it's normal in a DBA program, you have qualitative methodology and quantitative methodology. The main aim of the first step is to select the research topic and to identify the research supervisor. At the end of the 5 seminars, you will present your certificate of research in business administration. And then during the 2 or 3 years after, you will work with your supervisor and you will prepare the writing of your thesis that will be defended face-to-face in Europe. The program begins on 2 November, and then it will be organized online from November 22 to May 23. The organization is a very flexible organization. We will have during 2 weeks 3 slots of 3.5 hours online, and then you will have 4 to 5 weeks of independent study. You will be writing and working on your own side with the supervision of our professor. And we will also organize a 5 module from November to May. And then you will be able to present your certificate during the face-to-face week that is organized in Europe. Maybe you can say more, Elizabeth, about the thematic.
I select 6 thematic as regards sustainability. So the first one is on leadership, second on marketing, third on finance, 4 supply chain, 5 human resource management, and the last one is more on economic behavior. So how I select this topic? Because I wanted to have all the topics that cover more or less managerial practice, so that in the global subject of sustainability, each student can find a topic on which he is comfortable to write his DBA, okay? Then I insist with my different lecturer on the fact that they help you on theoretical aspect, because you have a lot of experience in managerial practice, less on theoretical aspect. So I wanted them to help you to have these different elements to build up a research proposal for your DBA. In other words, I want them to give you a theoretical perspective in managerial practice so that at the end of your DBA, you can have an impact on professional research and practice. The way they will do it is they will leave space for an exchange with you. That means they will give you knowledge, because you need to have this knowledge on which you are not accustomed to use, but also they have to listen to your needs so that afterwards you can progress on the way you will integrate this theoretical aspect on your specific topic. So do not hesitate to ask questions, to formulate requests if needed during the seminars. Next set of slides.
Okay,
So,
I can maybe quickly take over because I see
Yes.
my photo in the upper left corner. So yeah, I mean, what we'd like to offer to you is if you want to find out whether you're in principle eligible for the program, whether the program is really the right choice for you, what you can do is send us your CV and we will have a very quick look within 48 hours. That's our offer. We will get back to you and let you know whether you're very likely or rather unlikely to be admitted to the program. We have a few formal requirements. Obviously, you need work experience. Obviously, you need a certain previous education level. We usually say master MBA level is required. Managerial position, managerial experience. If the reply is positive, we would then steer you and guide you through the normal admission and application process.
All the application process is organized online, and when you send all the document and we check all these documents, we organize an interview between ICN and Business Science Institute. So the admission process is could be quite a flexible and rapid process. And that's all what we can say more. Of course, you have access to all the documentation, online library, books that we publish, and we insist on the fact that what is important in a DBA program is the follow-up of the students. And all our organization, both on ICN and Business Science Institute, is dedicated to the follow-up of the program and to the supervision of the students. We are always available to help you, to support you. That's one of the characteristics of our program, and that's the explanation of the high rate of success of our students. Maybe we can now answer to your question. You can put your question either on the chat, either on Q&A, question and answer on your mobile or your computer. Any question on your side? Steve? Rosemary? I open your microphone if you want to ask the question orally. We are available to answer you. Can you hear me? Yes, you can. Very often a question that is asked by the students is about the identification of the supervisor. Of course, the supervisor is very important in a DBA program because in a DBA program, the relationship between the supervisor and the doctoral students is very important, is essential. And so we identify the supervisor coming from ICN, coming from Business Science Institute during the first year. It means that at the beginning of the program, you present your idea on your subject of research, and then we discuss on that. And when it is ready, we can identify a supervisor. Steve, I had sent an email yesterday with my queries, not sure whether it was received. Apparently, Steve, no. No, I didn't receive it. Can you know? I'm sorry about that because we always answer quite rapidly to the email. Can you ask again your question? I would check on our side, but the team was working yesterday and we were in contact with them. No, I don't think we received your email. Can you ask your question, please, Steve?
Hi, I think I sent this to admission-DBA. I don't know whether it's an email address that you manage or it's yours is different. If not, I'm able to forward this to you to the specific email address. You can give it to me.
Yeah. Yes. You can send it to.
Can I ask you, Steve, whether you send it to Admission DBA Business Science Institute or ICN? Because I mean,
at ICN-ARTM,
okay.
yeah.
So there's probably then then we will get back to you. So then, Michelle, it's our institution.
I just put my personal email on it, and on our website you have also the different address email. So you will find it on ICN. Do you agree to formulate again your question, or anyway, we will find your email. You will send it again to me. Can you tell us now what was your question?
No, so this was basically in regards to the transfer of credentials for somebody doing a program in a different university. So, I mean, the details are in the email. Yeah, so yeah,
okay.
might be easier taken off from this call and taken off directly. Yeah.
Okay.
I understand. I send you the formal email of Business Science Institute, and you will receive an answer very rapidly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Rosemary, do you have any question? No, not at this step. Elizabeth, Wolfram, yes. Would you like to add some?
Depend my exposure on the module.
Okay.
I mean, the way the module are constructed is to begin with the basic elements, but to go on to be sure that every participant could follow the seminars, but to go further in more sophisticated element in the module. So that means the professor will begin to see if everybody has any feedback on corporate finance, on finance in general, and depending on the audience, it will, go on with more sophisticated elements so that you can reach a level of expertise that could be useful for everybody, including the one who has, as you said, an important feedback on the corporate finance, okay? And then you will see how corporate finance could be linked to sustainability. And there are a lot of research, managerial and theoretical research that are done using corporate finance and sustainability. So it will help you to find a link between the two aspects, and to use your experience to have a subject on sustainability and finance. So no problem on this. You will find a way to make the two concepts.
I think, I may have understood it differently, but Osma, you can tell me. I understood that you currently work in corporate finance, and you may be interested actually in other topics. The thing is, keep in mind that we introduce the methodology first. So before you take the sustainability-related modules, you will already have a strong background in quantitative and qualitative applied methodologies. So I think this is very important. And also keep in mind that the DBA is a program that trains business leaders. So we will necessarily focus on strategic aspects. We will not educate you to be sort of an HR technician. You will become a strategic leader. And this is why, with the appropriate professional experience, with the methodologies that are taught before, you are able to follow all these modules that we offer, even if you currently don't really have a professional background in this area. It is a challenging program, but you don't necessarily need to be an HR specialist or a supply chain specialist to follow this type of modules.
What is interesting in a DBA program is that the thesis is based both on your experience in one field and on knowledge that are brought by the faculty member. So the fact that you are a specialist in a field is a good point, because entering in the DBA program, the faculty will bring you, as Wolfram and Elizabeth just said, background in research, in methodology, and they will help you with your supervisor to specify your topic and to manage your thesis. There is an important issue that I would like to highlight, is the fact that in a DBA program, there is always an aim of creation of impact. It means that at the end of the program, you are supposed to formulate recommendation and to have results that will help manager in your field. Okay, Steve, we'll check. Okay. Rosemary, is the answer clear? And of course, all the aim of the first year is to help you to specify your subject and to identify one supervisor, one faculty who will be able to follow you, supervise you.
Okay, fine.
Good. Yes, Steve. I receive your email, and I will share it with my colleague from ICN, and you will have an answer very shortly.
Thank you.
Any other point? Any other question that you could have? Is it clear on your side?
Obviously, feel free to do the follow-up and send us emails if questions pop up later after the webinar.
Of course, yes, we are available. You have our address and you can contact us anytime. Okay. Elizabeth, Wolfram, maybe we can finish with our presentation. And of course, we are available to answer to any question. And you can also have a look on our book on how to successfully complete your DBA, or our book on the research project. They are online and they are available in paper version. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye, Rosemary. Bye-bye, Steve, and bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Thank you.